And we're live. Happy Thursday to everybody. It's another Thursday, and so it's 6 o'clock. I always do my show at 6 o'clock. I'm right on the dial this time, so it's not so early. And I'm gonna move my camera down a little bit. It's a little fuzzy. Sorry, guys. Save that. All that fixes it. All right, so I'm gonna send my signal real quick. So for anybody who's watching, thanks for coming. I'm always glad to see everybody here. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set out my signal real quick, and then we'll get started. Once again, my name is TheyGone238's. You can find me on Twitter at TheyGone238's. I'm there. You can always find me on Twitter just as TheyGone, I believe. If you have anything going on, always let me know. I'm always interested in what people got going on, so I talk about kind of stuff. I'm still kind of setting up here. I'm just kind of lazy today, but hey, we're going to get started. It doesn't matter. We're only about 30 seconds in, so get Nick Rack really started here. How you doing, Nick Rack? Oh, I'm doing good. There you going? You're kind of late on the show. I'm not even in the frame. What's going on here? Oh, you don't have my box. That's the problem. I don't have my box. Oh, get my box. Oh, dear Lord. You're not even getting on time. They gone. Jimmy Christmas. Yeah, there now I feel better. All right. How you doing? All right, Will. You have a special show for you tonight, Will. It's going to be awesome. Like I said, let me just send this out real quick. Go to my site here. Old man doing old man things on the internet. Oh, yeah, that's what you do because you're an old man on the internet doing old man things. What do you think, new Nick Rag? Is that fun song? You think they'd be a top list? I don't know. They go on. I don't think it'll be a top list. There we go. That wasn't too much of feedback, I hope. So, all right, so like there's that. And I'm going to go here. There's probably an easier way to do this, but like I said, I'm lazy. Lazy, they gone. So I hope everyone had a good Friday this week. Good Thursday this week. I hope your week has been good. You know, everything's kind of slowing down. Mother's Day. Hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. Last weekend. Time is so crazy. You know, I just hate it. It goes by so quickly. But it's gonna be a good show tonight. Where like I said, I probably won't go more than half an hour, if even that. So like I said, I'm gonna send out the signal, and then we'll get live. Yeah, I know that's a dead part. I know you don't come on here to see some old man typing, but I don't think very many people watch the show anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Here we go, the share button. We're gonna go to copy, and then we're gonna go here and then there. And then they got a hashtag. Remember, kids, use those hashtags because you're not important enough not to be hashtagged. I don't know, it's silly. Maybe I don't know if other YouTubers really use hashtags a lot, but I try to because you don't know who's looking at hashtags. I don't use them, but it seems to grow it a little bit. But whatever. All right, so here we go. Let's go. All right, and that's the message. Let's go. Wake up. It's time to wake up. Get up, you sleepyhead. Yeah, that's the Muppets. Anyhow, here we go. All right, so that's done. That's been sent. So maybe I'll retweet it and I'll like it. You're not supposed to like your own comments, so I don't do it. I'm not gonna do it. If someone else wants to like it, that'd be cool. But I'm not gonna like your comment. All right, here we go. We'll get Nick Rack back. Get Nick Rack set up. Get Nick Rack set back up. Are you good, Nick Rack? Yeah, I'm good. Are you ready to go? They gone? Yeah, I'm ready to go. All right, here we go. All right, so once again, I'm They Gone. I'm a former military member. I was in the United States Army. I joined in 2003. From there, I became a paratrooper, and I was a cook who was a paratrooper, and I jumped out of airplanes, and I served with First Group Special Forces. I wasn't a team guy. I wasn't anything like that. I was just a cook. I cooked in the unit and served for those guys. After that, I finished my career, and then I finished my degree. Couldn't find a job. Joined the National Guard for another 3 years active. I became a sergeant there and ran lots of stuff and had fun. And I've done a lot of things out of my life, but here we go. So that's me. That's kind of tell you about what I'm a little about. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a safety brief. My show always starts off with a safety brief. And I talk a little Army stuff, a little life lesson stuff, and then we go into a little G.I. Joe sharing stuff, just off my top of the head stuff, and then questions and answers at the end if anybody shows up, or I just kind of sprinkle them in on the way in too if anybody shows up. If you don't show up, that's all right. I don't care. You can always always watch the replay, right? Always watch the replay. Once again, you can always find me on TheyGone238 on the Twitters, and then of course on the YouTubes, I'm there at just TheyGone. So here we go. Are you ready, Nick Rack? Yeah, I'm ready. So Nick Rack, why do I always have to do a safety briefing? Oh, why is it? It's because little troopers like me can always get in trouble. And we need to be told these things all the time. Maybe it'll stick. Oh, what? And what's always a good thing to do, Nick Rat? What's when someone has it should be what's always a good thing to do? Well, there are they gone. I was always told if you're not 10 minutes early or 10 minutes late, ha 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 ha. Oh, why would you say that, Nick Rat? Oh, that's because your good pal Gary's made it into the house. Oh, well, hey Gary, how you doing? You're just in time for the safety brief. So let's go. So once again, I'm TheyGone. Find me on the Twitters at TheyGone238 and also here on the YouTubes. If you're in the comment section, always shout me out. Always like interacting with folks. If you're not here, that's all right. Watch the replay. Blah 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 blah. So here we go. All right. So if you're going out swimming, make sure you're swimming with a buddy. If it's out raining out there when you're out swimming, make sure you don't stand under a tree because it's lightning. And if you're going out drinking, make sure that driver's not drinking anything, smoking anything, eating anything. That driver is there to drive you from point A to point B, maybe it's point C and D, but get you back to point A again. All right, let's go. So and like I said, always be a light out there for people. There's too much darkness out there. If you see something, say something about it. You might not have to get involved with it, but say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Are you all right? No one can be mad at you for asking if they're all right. And if they snap at you if they're not, whatever it is, hey, they're dealing with those own things, and that means that person doesn't want to be bothered with. But you can reach out to that person. Like a story I always tell, my wife always asks why I wave at people all the time. Well, I wave at people all the time because you don't know what they're going through, what kind of life they're going through. Maybe that little lightness, someone just seeing that you're a human being will help them out. So that's why I do it. Once again, if you're out there and you get a little bit too crazy, always remember to put some extra money in your boot or your sock, so that way you have the taxi ride home, get home if your wallet gets stolen or whatever. Hopefully you won't get that too crazy, but once again, you should have that designated driver that should get you home. Remember those designated drivers. Make sure you're taking pictures and video because you got to use it for blackmail later. I'm just saying. I mean, we got to do what we got to do. Maybe some guy will, hey, I'll trade you this Joe for that Joe, but remember, I got this video, like how it is. Hey, God, I don't think you should be teaching about that. Hey, Nick Rack, they come here for the truth. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to lie to my troopers out there that you don't get blackmail? But you use the blackmail in a fun way, of course. Like Gary, I have nothing on Gary because Gary's crystal clean. Hey, Gary, why don't you shout out your channel? It'd be really quick so I can read it off correctly. Or do you have, or is it funny that I keep on trying and keep on getting it wrong? Once again, my friend Gary's in the house once again, and once again, Gary can always be found at his site, at Twitter at GI Gary, and then he has his own site called the Chaplain's Assistant Pit Podcast, Motor Pool Podcast, because that's the name of the fort, and it's like Fort Dix or something like that. It's in New Jersey or something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, there you go. That's you get what you pay for, Gary, and that's not very much. It's not very much with me. So anyway, let's finish that safety brief. Once again, just like I said, always be kind to people out there. Be that light. Like I said, if you see something, say something. Don't have to get involved. That person's going through whatever. You don't know. Be that light for people. Yeah, what I'm saying? Oh, Staten Island. Is it Staten Island? It's Chaplain Assistance Motor Pod. Oh, wow. I'm close. I have the words in there. Don't I? Did I get a C for effort? Oh, yay. My friend, hey, Vern's in the house. Thanks, Vern. Thanks for showing up. He's a great guy. I'm not into Star Wars, and actually, most of the Star Wars fans I'm pissed off because they're always angry, and I just like to laugh at the anger. I'm sorry, it's funny. And because if you're taking Star Wars that seriously, you got problems, son. There's a lot more in life we have more serious. It's like I think it's like the rift in G.I. Joe between like the 80s G.I. Joes and 90s G.I. Joes, the bright colors and getting the weirdness. It's like, but I feel in the G.I. Joe community, you can just like go with that shit because it doesn't really need to exist. I mean, because we only got like 3 movies. We got one movie. We got the cartoon that it's either hated or loved. I like it because it is what it is. You embrace it. You embrace the suck. And then you have the 2 movies that sort of together, but they killed off like everybody for the second movie because they couldn't get people back for the second movie or something. And then the last thing, and then you have the new Snake Eyes movie, and just like that meme is where Storm Shadow is. Well, you have a black ninja and then you have a white ninja. And that's I haven't seen the movie yet, but that's my understanding. At least, like I said, at least you Star Wars guys, you should be celebrating the heavens. Look how many movies and everything you got. If you don't like it, just don't watch it. Just don't watch it. Sorry. It's just okay. If you don't like it and you don't watch it, it won't succeed, so you won't be around no more. There you go. You can fit. Oh, is that bad? Hey Vern, don't tell me that, hey Vern. I'm gonna watch it. It's free now on Amazon, I think, so I'll probably watch it now. Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, but like I said, I got my friend Nick Rack here. Like I said, you can make things like I said. I'll go into the awakening today. Today's about awakening. I want to just kind of flush my things out and be done with it in a positive way. So it's gonna be a good one, guys. So that's the safety briefing. Now we're gonna go into some military real life stuff. See if Nick Rack has anything to say. Oh, I have plenty to say. They're going. Taking up all the time of the show. You're talking, talk. We're at 10.5 minutes already. Well, bro, this is what I gotta say. See, Star Wars and anything else, once you buy it, guess what? You can do anything you want with it. You can put one of the figures and open them up and put them in a Howdy Doody cup and do a little puppet show because you're crazy. Because it's your Star Wars. You own it. They don't control your mind. What's that name? Nothing, TheyGone. Yeah. All right, that's good. Did you give him a message? Good, it's a good message. But no, I'm serious though. Like Nick Rack here is the ill-gotten son of Grand Moff Tarkin because Nick Rack spelled Rack backwards is Tarkin somehow. I did it once and I won't do it again. But I like the name Will. It should have been Eli because like Tarkin lies. But I like the name Will better. I like the W-I. So that Will. I don't know, crazy. Well, hey, you can see the whips moving. Oh, look at me. I'm Hey Vern. I put production value in what I do. Come, everybody, come see Hey Vern's show with their high production values. And he probably would just have animated stuff on the bottom going, oh, look, I'm Nick Rack. I'm animated in stop motion. I'm so cool. I showed a video on how to do it, but they didn't watch it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you know what? You get what you pay for. I'm sorry. When I do advertisements for you guys with all the misspellings and stuff, guess what? You get what you pay for. I still haven't gotten paid for the monkey lizard. I'm coming for him. You tell him. You tell him come. He owes me something. I don't know what, but he owes me. I'm coming. Maybe a happy birthday, but I don't know. That's kind of crazy. He doesn't know me that well. The 100 Ghost, though, he's a real nice guy. It's kind of funny how you run into people you don't know why. I'll tell you another story here in a minute. But he posted a post about I can't remember exactly, but it really sat with me. It was like, oh wow, that's actually kind of cool. That's kind of thing. It's something like life is going to crush you or something like that, but it's whatever that kind of thing. It was nice. But anyway, so like I said, one of my stories to the awakening today is I helped a guy this yesterday. I was coming back home from a doctor's appointment on I-5 in Oregon, and this guy he blew a tire on the back of his tire, and the tire went up in flames, and his whole back of his truck started on fire. And so no one was stopping. They were barely moving out of the way for him. And I was just like, oh, that's horrible. I mean, how do you beat this guy? And he had Washington plates too, so you don't know if he had anybody like in the state or whatever. You don't know what's going on. You don't know this person from Adam, But it's just like, there's something in me was like, well, I gotta stop and help this man. I mean, his truck is on fire. I mean, you rolling down the highway and your truck's on fire, and no one's stopping. That would make me even more scared. Anyway, so I went off the off ramp. I kind of stopped there because I knew, and I came back out and I ran down there and I was like, are you all right? Making sure he's okay and stuff like that. And his truck he's just like, I just brand new truck. I don't speak Spanish, but he spoke enough English we could understand each other. But the only problem is I speak too fast. I speak too fast for people who speak English, so I feel bad for him. But he was a great guy, and I knew there's something in him that he was a worker. He said he was Cuban, and his name was Frank. And he said he's like, I'm going to Oregon. And I was like, no, we're in Oregon right now. You're south of Salem. What city are you going to? And he's like Golden Beach. And I was like, okay, Golden Beach. Okay, that's way down south, right? Well, anyway, so I run back to my truck. I get some blankets, trying to put the fire out. That's not going to work. This thing's going up. And this other guy stopped in like a moving van. It wasn't a moving van. It was like one of those big box vans. He got out and fire extinguisher, but that didn't work. And it was like at that point it was too late. I was like, dude, we need to get back from this. I moved us back, a safe distance. It was probably good. I would say not a quarter mile, but maybe about 200, 300 meters from it. And then the cops showed up, and then the fire department showed up, and then they put it out. And it was really cool. And the cops, it's funny because the cops were coming up to him, came up to talk to him, and then blah blah blah, and they came in and talked to me and said, hey, I don't know him but Adam. I'm just here to make sure that guy's good, okay, and he's gonna get where he needs to go, and get back on his journey because he's having a rough day. I mean, you driving down the highway, your tire blows. That sucks someone off, and then it sparks on the ground and ignites your truck. Oh my gosh! And his truck is done. I mean, the fireman had to. I mean, he was all in the back. I show pictures on Twitter. TheyGone238's. If you see it, I mean, I'm not trying to boast it. I'm just trying to show something you can do good. Anyway, and so and so I stayed with him. And they dragged his truck. It was like about 2 hours later. They dragged his truck on the on ramp, and then he had to get on the phone with Geico. When they had a Spanish person, which was great. I let him do his thing. It's like, oh, I'm like, then I figured out what they don't know where he's at. This person's probably in another state. They have no idea. So I'm like, and I got on and say, can I tell them where you're at? Because I know where I'm at, because I know the place. I live around here. And so he's like, okay. And I get on the phone. It's like, the lady's like, excuse me, but do you speak English? Because you don't know. I mean, I don't assume nothing, because I don't want to assume nothing, because I think people are smarter than I am. So I don't want to assume nothing about them. And I just want to make sure. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, cool. I'm like, okay. So we're south of a thing called Enchanted Forest. Enchanted Forest is a little amusement park around Salem, Oregon, where I live. And I was like, if you look at that, get that address, and we're south of that between these cross streets. Because it was on an overpass, so the overpass doesn't really have a name. Or I think it does, but I was just telling them, and just say, okay, I got it. And then, it's cool. And I stayed there for another 3 hours. Traffic got all backed up because they, because of all the cops in the fire department. And I guess there's another accident too. And I don't know. I'm not going to say this. I don't want to judge them, but there's some kind of sketchier people showed up. There were these white folks in a van, and they said their car broke down. And I was just like, I kind of stayed in my truck, and he was on the phone with insurance trying to, all his tools and shit. And I was just like, yeah, I'm going to watch out for this. Cause it just didn't feel right. Because I help people, but sometimes you have that feeling in your gut. It's like, well, I wasn't like going to like rebuke them or like, doing nothing like that. But it was just like, well, I'm, pearls before swine kind of thing. Anyway, so they took off, and then the cops, couple different patrols came around a couple times. So we were still trying to get out the tow truck, and I was like, not that they were doing nothing, but it was just kind of like, well, I just kind of sat back, I was like, hey, I'm just helping him. This guy needs help. And then after the tow truck came, it's crazy because when the tow truck came, the gas tank, I don't know if it because it got dragged or whatever, the gas tank just totally burst, and all the fuel just went everywhere. So if that gas tank could have blown up, we would have been dead. I mean, it's crazy. But anyway, so I got him. Then once he left, it's like, well, I asked the tow truck, like, hey, is there a close is there a close like car rental place he can go to? Because he probably has money to get a car work because he works. He said he works in Washington. He has his family in Washington. Like I talked to the guy, and I was just like, well, okay. And I talked to the truck driver, and obviously it's not their policy to take any. They can't have riders, and I get it. They have liability. So I was just like, well, okay, well, I'm going to take you to the nearest car rental, and south of. I can go south to a town called Corvallis, or I can go to my town where I live. But I looked it up. My town apparently doesn't have a car rental place, so I didn't want to go that far south. So I was like, well, we can just head back up to the Capitol. And I Googled it and found him one, and I drove him up there. And it's fun. It's really cool because on the drive there, he FaceTime with his wife and stuff. And at first she thought she started speaking Spanish, and he's like, no, Espanol. And I was just like, oh, I'm sorry. And she's like, oh no, thank you, because she spoke English, and she thanked me. And I said, I'm gonna wrap it up now, but like I said, I helped him all, finished it. But I just wanted to say, he was a really great guy, and he gave me his phone number. I texted him some more to make sure he got there okay, and he did, and he thanked me, and he said it was good to have, to have someone to help, because that guy was alone. He had nobody. His nearest person was all the way up in Washington. That's a long way away. I mean, it's not like the East where the states are close together. We're talking about like 3 or 4 hours at least, and then he's trying to go south, and he has another 4 or 5 hours south. I mean, I delayed him he got delayed about 6 or 7 hours, but at least, I got him on his way. I got him taken care of. But like I was just saying, we can be that light of God. I'm not that light of God. But we can, whatever you believe in. I'm not going to harp too much about that, but you can be that person you want to be. That's who you want to be. It's an awakening inside of you. You don't have to just be the curmudgeony and angry and cynical about whatever it is. That's funny. You can be funny about it, but it's you just lighter things to look to. That's all I'm saying. Just be a good person out there. That's that's with military too. Lots of things in the military that happens, but I remember always trying to be by the rules and do the things you were supposed to do and get by. And you try to do the little, and you always do the little extra. Like I said, you do the right thing, but you always do the little extra because you can, and you should. That sort of thing. That's kind of an awakening in me. And also And you have grace for other people. That's the most important. You have grace for other people. Like I said, there's 2 commandments I believe in. Honor thy God above all others, and love others as your own. That's it. Two simple rules. It's hard to it's easy to say but hard to execute. But I say those 2 things. But even the army is like, I did everything, try to do everything right. But you have grace for others, but you gotta have grace for yourself. That's me too. I don't want to be a hypocrite here. I'm working on that. But we all have to have that self grace for yourself. Just okay. You know, things happen, or I made a mistake, or things that shouldn't be the way they should be. Things you shouldn't. Stuff happens. People die. Okay, and that sometimes that's not your fault, and sometimes that could have been your fault. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's not our plan. We got to give up to something else. So, all right, thank you, Gary. Thanks for showing up. I know you guys put your kid to sleep. I know it's going long, a little bit longer than I thought tonight, but I'm gonna wrap it up here about 10 minutes. But thank you. Oh, but yeah, that's cool. So that's it. That's kind of the speech tonight. That's my kind of thing. So like go back to I'll go back to GI Joe, then I'll go to share, and then we'll do some questions, wrap it up, and get us out of here. We're about that. I got 9 minutes left. 30 minutes, baby. Got to wrap it up in 30 minutes. For the replay boys, it's for the replay boys. I'm telling you, hey Vern, it's for the replay boys. Because if you go long like streams over an hour, nothing. Who wants to watch an over hour stream? I'm sorry. To be honest with you, I'm gonna name drop here. I watch what's on Joe Mine. They need an editor to cut that stuff up. If they could cut that, if they could cut it up, that would help their show. Because I take them for walks in the 2 hour show. I take them for walk, not because I dislike them. I just can't engage for that long. It's just too long. They should cut. They should. I don't want to be rude. I'm like this guy. I don't have any production value at all. But if you cut it up, just have an editor and cut up subjects. They have it perfectly set for that. I don't. I'm not trying to be rude. Yeah. Anyway, but it's all right. But yeah, I'm just saying like 30 minutes. Like I said, I gotta get going. I've wasted a minute talking about how I need to get done in 30 minutes. Anyway, like I said, G.I. Joe, I'm not buying any new G.I. Joe at all. Once again, I'm declaring that it's the hill I'm dying on until they make a paratrooper. I don't care if it's paratrooper pack. I don't care if it's a single figure, carded figure. I didn't get the eye striker that's supposed to come with ripcord because I'm not paying that much for one figure that I want. I'm not saying the Sky Striker's not cool. What I'm saying is I just wanted a paratrooper. So that is the. What is that? What is a Monty Glass? Yeah. Oh yeah. It's Howdy Doody. It's Howdy Doody. And then Dudley Do Right. Excuse me. Dudley Do Right. Yeah. Dudley Do Right. Because you gotta do right. That's why I put Nitrack in there. Is his back in his own back tank to heal up. We got a guest star. Oh, I have a guest star tonight. I gotta get too. Hey Vern, it's gonna get crazier. You're gonna see more lips move. Woo. Cool, yeah. Anyway, but like I said, that's like the G.I. Joe. I'm not buying any new G.I. Joe until I get a paratrooper. Sorry, it's just not gonna. I'll be happy for everybody who gets it. I'll be a little bit cynical, but I'll be happy for everybody who gets whatever they want. That Dusty looks awesome. I'm getting though. I have 2 on back order. I have Spirit and I have what you call it, Storm Shadow. But I want to cancel Storm Shadow, or if I do get it, maybe I'll just give it away. I don't care. But I want this Spirit though. But until I get a paratrooper, it's no more. Yeah, I know. I seen Mindbender too. It looks cool, but no. I'm dying on this hill, hey Vern. We draw as a respect and as awakening, we draw that line. Where do you think I've been getting those deals from? Why do you think I've been buying dollar toys from the dollar store? Why do you think I went to a thrift store today and got crazy stuff? You want to see the crazy stuff I got? Let's move this along. All right, we're moving this along. I'm running out of time. There we go. So like I said, we got a guest star tonight. Who's the guest star tonight? Oh, I think I know. I don't know who is the guest star. I hope it's my lady. Oh, who is it? Oh, look at that. It's Bat Lady. It's the middle-aged can do everything Bat Lady. Yes, she's more than a girl. She's Bat Lady. See? Yes, you know how much I picked this up for, hey Vern? Yeah. Can you guess? No. It has to come from the factory. Yeah, it has to come. No. I want. It has to have Hasbro's name on it until I buy Hasbro again. Whoever does though, if there's custom makers out there, or there's I know some guys are doing Kickstarter stuff like GI 3DJoes.com. 3DJoes.com is doing a Kickstarter where you can actually design your own figure. You send it in to design. Kim and a lot of the original guys like I can't remember the names, but like Kurt Bazigian, I think is one. Really, go to 3djoes.com. It's plastered all over. He's a great person too. Oh my gosh, I can't remember his name. I don't good know with names, but he's a great person. I mean, he does all that stuff by himself. Oh my god, he's the historian and the archiver of GI Joe. I mean, he's yeah. I mean, he's taken over when GIJoe.com got so stuff happened. I'm not sure the story. I don't want to get into it, but this is about 3D Joe's. He's oh my god, he's great. He's a great person. Search for yourself. Oh, just search for myself. I'm Vern. I'm going to empower you to do things. No, hey Vern, I'm lazy. I didn't serve this country for about over almost 8 years, Vern, to make my own things. Thank you very much. I believe in capitalism, son. No, anyway, as we're going, but yeah, 3D Joe's is come back because I'm not doing that. But anyway, like I said, we have Batgirl. We got Batgirl. Yes, I was. You're all right, hey Vern. I did get it for $10. She was on clearance. There's some awesome photos I did. She saved Nick Rack. Instead of letting Nick Rack just die in Titanic style, she actually saved him. Isn't that right? Yeah, that's right, TheyGone. She saved me. Yes, I did save him. But I accidentally called him Jack because it's like another Jack. Hee. Oh, I love you, sweetie. Mwah. Well, there you go. That's the guest star. You don't get much because I got to wrap this thing up. Yeah, I got that. I also got this awesome Jeep. I got this awesome Jeep at I think it was a Teen Challenge. Was a thrift store. It was a Teen Challenge thrift store. It was $1, and I figured a GI Joe. I need to always keep a GI Joe in my pocket to see if it fits the size, but it fits. This custom figure here, if you don't know, hey Vern, this was made by my very close friends, Viper Ben. He does a lot of his own customs. He's big into He-Man stuff. I'm not big into He-Man, but he's a really cool guy. He's also into Storm and Marvel and all that stuff that I don't read comics. Sorry, but he did made this custom for me. Really good. What it is, it's a 2001 or 2002 Dusty, and I had him redo the paint. He did that. The beret for me is very, very special because when I was an airborne soldier, so I had a red beret. If I thought about this before, I would have got it, but I'm not going. I'm lazy. But you see that little flash on there the yellow. Can you see it? The back there you go. That yellow flash. That was actually the color of my unit's flash because I was part of First Group Special Forces. Like I said, I wasn't a Green Beret. I jumped out of airplanes and I cooked for those guys. I served at a little combat post or combat camp, and there's 10 of us. There's 2 combat engineers, myself, and then the team, the 17 guys, make 10. So yeah. Anyway, that's really cool. Yeah, I love the figure. It's like I know you always want your own figure. Like this is your figure, you know. You know how like 3D Joe's is doing design your own kind of figure thing, and then they'll pick the winners. I actually did. Ben did this for me, and this is this. If I would, because I had the desert's not exactly right, but it's hard. It would be hard for me to explain it. But he did a really great job. I love it. I love every aspect about it. It's great. I mean, he even did the guns and the gun and stuff. You can tell it has paint rubs because I use it so much. I love it. But it's not. I mean, I love. I mean, even the paint rose I love. It shows it's loved. I mean, it's great. I mean, little white shirt because as cooks we always kind of wore white shirts under in our cook whites and stuff. Jump from planes, live. Yeah. That was my life, man. It was great. You know, I wasn't like I said, I wasn't a ranger. I knew ranger. I knew the ranger bat, and there's just one time I stole milk from them because we were out of milk, but there's nobody, and so I drove around and couldn't find milk, and I went to the ranger bat, and there was nobody there that had milk, so I took it and hauled it back in my truck and then served it in my dining facility. Yeah, it was pretty funny because my sergeant was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm getting this milk," and he's like, "But that's the ranger milk," and I'm like, "Well, what am I gonna do? We need milk." And so I was the ration guy, and I had this other ration guy in there that wasn't very good. And I'm not gonna talk about his name, but he didn't order nothing, and I was like, "You SOB, now I have to go search for stuff." Because I was a cook, because I was like, think about a supply sergeant for a kitchen. That's pretty much what I was, because I couldn't cook. I don't have the patience for it. Cooking takes a lot of patience. Anyway, so that's a little story. A little bit about me, a little bit about him, a little bit about the Jeep too. Like I said, the Jeep I got. Like, you know how much this cost me? It cost me 99 cents. So this is gonna be used. This is really cool because it's like I can customize it. I know, but I kind of like all the the head looks it has dirt on it already, and it's a product line. Let me see the line. Oh, I saw it. It's called the Sky Devils. So that's actually kind of cool too. Kind of like that show, the Devil Rats or whatever, or Desert Rats show. All those 60s World War II shows when it was okay to be against Nazis because they were actually Nazis and stuff, but because those were Nazis. Anyway, and I also got this is really cool. It's a magnet of Operation Desert Storm. I was like 12 when this happened. That cost me 99 cents. That's really cool. I thought that was really cool. I mean, how can I pass that up for 99 cents? And then actually, I had a keychain too, the same thing. That's really cool. I have these cards up there. I've shown in other videos. Maybe I'll show again. Joe Motion 82 videos. Byron, he actually opened up a couple cards on his show. It was really cool. I was really jazzed out about it. Actually, he got an A10. I was like, oh no, he got an A10 because that's my favorite plane. But I love that he had it though. Does that make sense? So anyway, that's that. I show you all Batgirl, but I don't care. You can find her on other review shows. I'm not a review show. I'm a BS and life show. So that's what I do. I'm like, hey, let's have this guy on my show for like 10 minutes and then kick him off of it because he talks too much. But yeah, it's my own show, so I can't. Oh, I'm running out of time. I got 2 minutes left. Let's wrap this. We're wrapping it up, Vern. We're wrapping it up. You ready? Just it's toward the end. So this is what I also got to do. I got this plate, this collector's plate. It's number 887. It's who is it? Do you know who this is, Vern? I bet you do. And then on the back has all this cool stuff. It's about the artists and stuff. They had a whole bunch of these. They had some with him and his wife. I can't remember her name right now, but him and his wife, Josephine. I got it. Josephine was really cool. This is really cool. I really like this. Oh, Vern, it's not Washington. I'm gonna beat you. Oh my god, are you serious, Vern? Tell me you're joking. Has Star Wars infiltrated your brain that much? You don't know who this is? Okay. Can you see it? Tell me if you can see it good. I think I can see it good. You don't know who that is? He's French. Lincoln. Oh, Vern. Vern, I'm going to give you a timeout, Vern. No, I'm joking. No, it's Napoleon, Vern. Yes, Napoleon. Thank you, Vern, for playing along. No, but yeah, it's Napoleon. It's funny because Napoleon could be seen in two ways. He can be seen as a monster for causing all those wars and destroying Europe twice almost because they exiled them. They came back and then lost at Waterloo. But anyway, I know history. But it's funny because when he was building power and right after his whole like fighting in Italy because he started off as just a artillery officer. The thing about it is they had Mozart or was it Beethoven at the time or whatever. They wrote symphonies for the guy because he was supposed to be the great equalizer because he was supposed to be all about merit and blah 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 blah. But how can you be merit if you've crowned yourself? You didn't have the Pope crown yourself. You crowned yourself, so that means you're God, and then you put all your children, your children and your brothers and your sisters as kings and queens. That's not merit. So that shows you we can all be double sided. There's double sides to us. I mean, there's things he did, and there's things the things he did badly. No, oh yeah, that's not true though. It's funny because people think it's indigestion. No, that's how people posed at that time for paintings and stuff because they had to rest their hands somewhere, so they used the buttons of their coats to rest their hand. So let's say if this was buttoned up, I could use my coat buttons because you're standing there for hours, dude. He didn't have digestion problems. It was just that's the style back then. Also, the thing about it is everybody thinks he's short. He wasn't short. For his time, I think he was like 5'7" or 5'5", or not 5'5", but like 5'7" or 5'8" or something like that. That's normal height for back then. They just did it because they knew people put it in the newspapers because it got to him as propaganda. It's true. It's funny. It's funny because people always believe these things. And it's not true. Like I said, I was a history major almost all the way through college. So, and then I didn't do anything with it. I said, but history fed me. So I've gotten jobs through it because I went social science. I have a social science degree, and but literature and humanities saves my life. So that's what I say about that. Well, that's all the kind of stuff I got. I got other stuff in, but this is what I wanted to share tonight. I'm getting over. So I'll last about a minute and a half if anybody has any questions. Any questions, Vern? Any questions from the crowd? Any at all? Do you have any questions, Nitrack? I don't know if I have any questions. Well, I don't know. We'll wait him out because there's always a delay. The delay is always horrible, and when you're in a live stream and then when I tell live jokes, the delay doesn't go very well. Then it goes right over people's head. It goes woo because they've already forgotten what they talk about. I think it's funny because my learning how to go into chat and to go into live streams is all through Twitch. Because when I had friends who played video games on Twitch and stuff, and I would be telling jokes all the time about Total War games, and I would make the same kind of jokes so that way, same kind of jokes every once in a while, the same ones all the time, so that way new people would know it's a kind of a fun environment, and also it would you could just tell it and it would be funny. So that's where I learned my etiquette for streaming and stuff. So that's why if I'm in your stream and I'm saying weird things, it's because I'm joking off of what you're saying, or I'm using a joke and I'm using it as a running joke. One I like to do is, especially on video games, I'll say I have money on the video games, and some guy named Vinny's gonna come break my legs if you don't win. It's like that kind of stuff, you know. You just take it to the extreme. Anyway, but I'll wrap it up. We're gonna take a night. So once as always, stay, stay, keep careful. And if you can't, stay safe, and because we always can't be careful, and come back to us, you know. Always come back to us. You're important. Like I always tell people, be your own hero because you don't know it yet, but one day you're a hero to yourself or to somebody else someday. You got to be that hero for yourself. For yourself, do it for yourself. Be awake. Be awake in the world. See the light. Be the light for people. That's all I'm saying. So like I said, we're heading out. Good night, and as always, and like once again, stay safe. You can't keep careful because we always can't be safe. And I'll see you on that timeline. All right. Have a good one, and we'll check you later. Good night. Bing.